San Francisco is rolling out a new program issuing speeding tickets based on income. Guess who it's backed by? Governor Gavin Newsom. People who earn 200% below the federal poverty level get 50% off tickets, and homeless individuals get 80% off. What a bargain. Wait, homeless individuals who get speeding tickets?
Thank you. They have cars?
Yes. Taylor's asking lots of very smart questions. Are you homeless if you live in your vehicle? This is yet another costly burden for Californians, barely scraping by, just like the latest sales tax hike in Los Angeles. The city of Angels, Los Angeles, now has the highest sales tax in the entire nation, nearly 10%. Regressive. It hurts the working poor more than anyone. All of this is an effort to tackle homelessness. But as we know, California has a spending problem, not a revenue problem. As a born and raised Californian, Taylor, the homelessness is not a problem related to actually housing. It's related to drug addiction and alcohol addiction and mental illness. That is the root of it all. And they're always putting Band-Aids on it. But this speeding ticket cockamamie idea they've come up with in San Francisco, I shouldn't be surprised.
Well, I apologize for interrupting your wonderful introduction, but I could not help myself. The irony that if you're homeless, you get the 80% reduction in the speeding ticket. Great question. You guys, you'll help me weigh in. I don't understand. California has always been so backwards. I don't understand why my parents still live there.
Not during Reagan.
Bingo. But since then, maybe Schwarzenegger was my other good favorite. I don't get it, and to me, this, given our experience in New York, screams the opposite of where they come out on day one and they say, we won't criminalize jumping over the turnstile and not paying your subway fare. So it just incentivizes that behavior. Jackie, you know more than anyone with me in criminal law. The whole point of criminal law is deterrence. You raise the penalty to stop the behavior. This just incentivizes it. I can't figure it out.
Apportioning penalties for speeding based on income level. It's backwards, but they do everything backwards. I'm not surprised at all. It just brings me back to the point that Dagan was making about Gavin Newsom and loopholes and not verifying what people have if they want to get on Medicaid is absolutely ludicrous, that rich people should be on it. This is a man that probably is going to make some sort of bid to run for president of the United States. And I call him the snake charmer because every time he speaks, he's very good looking, but he's also has a very persuasive way about him and turning the conversation around. I will say that when I watch him, I'm like, I know you're lying, but you're good at it. And so I'm very concerned about that. But I'm not going to weigh in on how to fix California's woes. For me, it's a goner.
He's got the proof's in the pudding. It doesn't matter what you say; it matters what you do. And this is what he does. I mean, if he was serious about all those radio talk shows he's on saying, oh, I'm going to move away from DEI to common sense. If he was serious about caring more about common sense than this kind of Marxism, which is what this is, prices are fixed on the basis of how much you have. It's a reverse incentive program.
From each according to his ability.
You get more incentives by sitting at home and saying that you're not getting any money than by working hard and getting enough money to pay off your tickets or to pay your electric bill or whatever it is. If he was serious about moving away from that Marxism to common sense, he would not have signed off on this.
He's moving. They're moving toward Marxism. There are a lot of governors in America. Tim Walz in my state was probably looking at what they're doing with this right now and saying, ooh, I'd like to do that. So they're not going to stop here. When you go in to apply for your new driver's license, how long is it going to be before they have an income test on that? Any permit that you want, how long before there's going to be Marxism doesn't stop anywhere. It always keeps marching forward. But then on the other side, they raise sales taxes in Los Angeles, and the money's going, Dagan, to your point, 35% of it's going to the newly formed Los Angeles County Affordable Housing Solutions Agency. And I can see how well you think that's going to work.
We know it doesn't work.
No. But I'm telling you, you think the NGOs or how money gets funneled in D.C., And it's these
Yep.
development authorities is how it gets funneled in places like California. It's all Democrats getting money from people who can't afford it to give it to them.
They should build more in-state hospitals for the extremely dangerously mentally ill. That's what there has been. They've all virtually disappeared in the United States, in the state-run hospitals. And that's, again, the root of the homeless problem.
And by the way,
they let it happen.
They also are against faith-based answers to those problems because as
Right.
a lot of people who I've known who've been addicted, who went through the Betty Ford, all these clinics and so forth, they say, until I got a faith-based program, it didn't really stick. And they are so anti anything that has God in it in California that they don't allow a lot of those groups to partake
Right, not
in
God.
some of the
Worship
government
government.
programs.
Worship
exactly,
government.
Exactly.